Unfortunately, they told him he could not go back at that moment, that he has to enter with us and he has to present his passport. He didn't have his passport.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for dropping by my channel. How has your week been? I hope it's been great. So today we have a guest and we want to talk about a very important topic that's a little bit hush-hush, but it's completely legal in Canada. Now you must have heard about the policy that says that visitors in Canada can apply for a work permit inside Canada, unlike previously when they had to leave Canada to apply for a work permit. However, there are conditions for you to apply for this work permit if you're a visitor in Canada. Number one is that you need to have a job offer in Canada. Number two is that this job offer needs to be backed by an LMIA. So for visitors to Canada, you cannot just convert your visitor visa to a work permit without having that job offer and without having the LMIA to back up the job offer. However, there's a set of people with visitors visas who can easily convert it to a work permit and they don't need any job offer to do that. And these are spouses of international students in Canada, and that's amazing. So if you're the spouse of an international student in Canada, you can easily convert your visitors visas to a work permit. And you don't have to do it online. You don't have to submit an application. You can just go to the border in Canada. So there are some cities in Canada that have borders with the United States, and you can do something called flagpoling. Yeah. Now, some people are scared that there are issues with flagpoling, but it's a completely simple process as long as you understand the requirements and the documents that you need to have. You don't want to be caught between two countries, yeah, and then you don't want to waste your time and go there and not achieve what you want to achieve. So today we're going to be talking about flagpoling, and I have a guest in the house with me, Toyosi. She's going to introduce herself, and we're going to learn from her experience what she went through when she did flagpoling. So Toyosi, welcome. Thank you very much for giving us your time, to teach us about your experience with flagpoling. So can you just introduce yourself, where you are in Canada, what visa are you with in Canada, and when you came to Canada as well?
Okay, thanks for having me here. I'm actually glad to be here. I'm Oluwatoyosi. I'm studying global business management in Ontario here, Mississauga precisely, at Mohawk College. I came in just like 6 weeks ago, so I'm still taking in here. I reside in Brampton. I came in as a student with the help of Canada Data Security, and my spouse also came in together with me, but as a visitor. So I'm here studying, and my spouse came here as a visitor. We also came in with kids, younger kids, so they came in with basic visa as well.
Amazing, amazing. So guys, she came to Canada to study. She's here with her entire family, her spouse and her children, and she has the study permit, and her family, the rest of her family has the visitor visa. So now your husband doesn't want to return, right? He wants to stay in Canada and work.
Definitely.
Great. And spouses of international students are entitled to the spousal open work permits. Yeah. So even though they have applied for a visit visa, they can still get that spousal open work permit. And the good thing about the SOWP is that it's an open work permit, which means that the spouse can work full time at any job anywhere in Canada. So they are not even restricted to the province where their spouse is studying. That's why an open work permit is great. You can work anywhere for any employer. So you and your spouse did the flagpoling, yeah?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. So the first thing we want to know is what documents did you need to submit? And where did you do the flagpoling? Just a little bit of experience where you did the
Okay,
flagpoling, documents you submitted and all that.
okay, we did the flag polling at Peace Bridge for ferry. That's the land border with US, I think
Mhm.
Buffalo. So, although we were so proud to that time that it's best to do it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. I don't know how true that is, but we chose Wednesday due to our schedule, and we went quite very early. so that we could probably get things done on time. It wasn't a stressful procedure, but basically, you would need, if you want to do the same kind of thing, you would need your study permit from wherever you study, your study permit, marriage certificate, or if it's a common law partner, something to prove that this person is my spouse. You need that. Then another important thing is you need the enrollment letter. That was what delayed ours a little bit. My school said they were not going to give enrollment letter until we started classes. So
Mm.
it's after starting your classes that you apply for the enrollment letter. So we had to wait for like a month to get the enrollment letter. Without the enrollment letter, well, I learned that aside from the enrollment letter, you could use your validation of attendance or something. But that was what was requested for the study permit, the marriage certificate, the enrollment letter, and evidence that you have paid your tuition as a student. Then obviously your passport and the passport of the person who wants to Flagpole. So even if it's a spouse that is not going with the person that wants to Flagpole, the person must go with your own documents, the student's documents, including a
Mhm.
passport. So those
Okay,
are the.
so the spouse who is the student doesn't have to be there physically.
It's not compulsory. It's just better. It's better
Okay,
because
it's better
sometimes
because there are
the
some
student.
questions, yeah,
Exactly.
that
Because it's the
only you
student
can
that really
answer.
knows, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So when they
Mm.
put the question through, most times it's the student that will be able to attend to such questions. So it's always better, but not
Okay, so what was your experience like? What did you have to do? Because you had to go to the US side, be
yeah.
denied, come back to Canada.
Yes.
So can you tell us such
Okay,
a,
so
I don't
like,
know, it's
let me just give a comprehensive explanation. To start with, if you want to go on that journey, it's better you get someone to drive you through. Going by public transport will not be fine. So if you don't have anyone to assist you, be it a friend or family member, you could just get a cab because we were told that you might not be able to get a public transport around it. And whoever is driving you or cab must be able to have a document to enter the US
the
side.
US. Mhm.
Exactly. So we got a friend who assisted us. He wanted to leave Brampton 4 a.m. But um because of our friend, he was not able to make it for that time. So we left around 5:30, and then 2 hours we were there. And the surprising part was I thought, many times you just read on internet and you watch videos and then sometimes you may not get the total true picture of how it's
Yeah.
gonna be. So I thought we were probably going to get to maybe the Canada immigration that will now pass us to the US side, but it wasn't like that. I don't know, maybe they wrote too fast or something. And we typed in for Terry Peace Bridge on Google Maps and we were going, we saw that we were progressing definitely. All of a sudden, we just saw welcome to US and we were like, how did we get here? I
Go
thought
here.
we'll probably get to the immigration people before passing us, but well, we were there already and we were already saying reach. And so we couldn't turn back. We had to come down. Our friend was in the car we were driving. So we came down just to speak with those guys that this is why you are here. You don't know if you are doing the right thing. You don't know if you are
Mm.
supposed to be here at the moment. So the guy just said, no, you can't walk around here. You just have to enter the car. Anything you want to find out, we tell you. Just wait for your turn and all that. The flagpoling is being done here, no doubt about that. It's what we do on regular basis. Okay, so that gave us the idea that okay, I think at least we are in the right place. So we got there around 7:30. So the guy asked us for um our passport. Unfortunately, our friend who took us there didn't have his passport
Have his passport. Oh.
because because it's a PR. The intention was to drop us at the Canada side,
Mm.
go back to
Yeah.
the States because it was supposed to be at work by 10. So we didn't want to hold him down. So we thought, okay, after the whole procedure, then we find our way back. We
Mm.
already contacted the cabman that will probably help us with the rest. Unfortunately, they told him he could not go back at that moment, that he has to enter with us and he has to present his passport. He didn't have his passport. But luckily we had a soft copy of his PR. So that
Mhm.
was that was what was and his driver's license we had this time. process it. They collected that and piece of it passport. So I can imagine if he didn't have anything, he would just
Anything
young man in big trouble because he was also conversant with the whole procedure.
conversant, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so just had to be telling me, okay, this is how it is. People that came in with fear, they are just enjoying their
They
life.
don't know. True. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
So we entered, they collected our passport from they directed us to where we were going to be seated. And amazingly, at 7:30, that place was full.
Cool.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I can't, I don't want to believe that everyone here is for this thing. Not fully. Like probably there are some other things we do here outside
Hmm.
that fully. But well, I don't know. Up to now, I can't answer that question. So it took us some time. Let me see. We left US around 10. So that was way over
Hmm.
2 hours. It was about 2 hours. We were just patiently waiting for our names to be called because we saw that they were calling the name one after.
Names. Yeah.
But at the point when we didn't hear anything, I had to walk up to one of the officers. Like, this is where we are here. Our passports have been collected. What are we supposed to do? Then, just to know whether you're doing the right thing or not. So he just told us firstly the names will be called. So after some time, they called our names. And so they started their series of interviews, asking us questions. Why are you here? What are you doing? What's your status in Canada? Because my husband had to say, yeah, I'm a visitor, and while myself and a student. So they asked for how long he been here and all that. And they asked our other friend, the gentleman just had to say, well,
Hmm.
I only have to stay them here, even though I'm already caught in this whole thing, and I
Hmm.
mean, and the like. So that was that. And surprisingly, these people have their record. They had to ask, okay, have you ever tried to migrate to US before?
US before.
I tried to do that many years ago. In fact, I already forgot. So when he had
Wow.
to say the no as a and he knew he had to ask me again, have you tried?
Hmm.
That was when I
Hmm.
said, I've tried, I've tried migrating to US 2 times and I denied. So that was when I told him, oh, I'm sorry, I've done that before.
Wow.
So how many times? I said 2 times. So they
Wow.
yeah, that was when. So I told him, well, we have a sibling in America because he was in front of the people, so I'm sure he was seeing
He
everything.
was seeing everything. Yeah.
So I have a sibling in America. My husband also has a sibling in America. So we told him, they asked us where they are staying, for how long
Hmm.
they've been there, and all that. Now, we also asked us if they have ever been Flagpoling before. And we told him no, that they have before. So after the questioning, he asked us the father, please can we for our passport. So we
Hmm.
waited for like 30 minutes because they were calling people actually. So we
Yeah.
had to wait for ourselves. So after that, we were called to collect our passport and another slip. On the slip, our names were listed. Just one slip. Our names were listed. They treated us as though the three of us were there for Flagpole. They started
Yeah.
fighting.
Oh, okay.
So
Hmm.
I think even the next time they ask me the question if I've ever Flagpole, and they have to say yes because it's like it's like
Because
this.
they
Yeah,
treated you like someone. Yeah.
yeah. So after collecting that, they saw us through the part to pass to the back, then they led
Hmm.
us back to turn to the Canada side. If they won't even leave, they will make sure that you are turning
Yeah.
back.
That you are driving back, right?
Yeah,
You had to drive. Yeah.
they will show you the route and you drive back. So we go back to the US side, and sorry, the Canada
Did
side.
they stamp your passport at this point? Did they give you any documents? They do anything, stamp your passport or anything?
We did not stand. They only gave us a slip that our
Okay.
written. The details were written there for Flagpole. Just one page, but the names of the three of us were there.
Okay.
So when we got to, it was this slip that we presented at Canada side.
Canada side, yeah.
So the guy there also called maybe the office inside or something to tell them the people are here for Flagpole. I don't know, maybe to take permission to be sent in or something. So he also gave us, I think he gave us a yellow slip. and
Mm.
especially, yeah, so our documents were still with us, so we directed us to the site. We went in, but getting there we met just few people, just about five people. So I was wondering, okay, those people that were
Those
actually
people, yeah, that you met there,
probably they were for some other things or
something
something.
else.
They
Yeah.
were not for the same thing. So when we got there, we just walked up to them and we told them we are here for Flagpoling. We asked us for all the documents. Initially, they asked for just a study permit, the passport.
Mm.
That was the first thing they asked for. So they took it in maybe just to make some findings or I don't
Mm.
know. So after some time, they got it back. It was pretty fast, like the permit was set. It was pretty fast. So they got it out, called our names, we went there. So the lady asked us, what other documents are you here with? So we gave the marriage certificate, the enrollment letter, the tuition receipt, then also what else? I think that was it. That was it. That was it. The study permit was already with them, so they didn't have to go back.
Mm.
So we checked and she said we should have access. That in some minutes we attend to access. We waited and you know that time was already around 11 or so. The young man was supposed to be at work.
Oh, he hadn't. Oh, so there's no way he can. He has to go through the process with you. Oh, good.
So we just got stopped there. And after some time, we went to meet the woman that can this man leave? Because we were
Mm.
feeling fine down. He only rented an assistant. He was supposed to be at work. We didn't tell them he was not going to come, you know. But the woman now advised us, okay, at this point, you guys are almost sure. You know, I say we can leave, but unfortunately, you guys will not be able to get another transport system back home. I was like,
Wow.
wow. So we had to just, so I think because of that, the woman tried to explain the whole process of getting
Mm.
to her. So at the Canada side, I don't think it takes more than 3 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. So you will have to make payments after validating all the documents. You need a payment of 465
Okay.
Canadian dollars. 465. I think you explained maybe 100 for application fee and 155 for
154 on work, open
yeah,
work permit. Yeah.
yeah. So you made the payment immediately. I think that day, I don't know, probably they had an issue with their period or something. They wrote it there that they were not accepting
Oh,
it. So we had to take it. And then after some time, they brought out what we what we were waiting for, the work
what you be
permit.
waiting for? What you came for?
Exactly, the work permit. So the process wasn't really that it wasn't really well
Mm.
that the end goal was what
The
was
work.
on the
Well,
on our mind.
yes. So
So
it wouldn't have mattered what you went through. You just so long as you get what you came
exactly
for.
it wouldn't have mattered. And boy, on the long run, looking at the number of hours that we spent, it was worth it. But it would have been more stressful if we probably didn't get someone to help us down and back. Because
True. I'm telling
eventually,
you.
our friend brought us back home. He also stayed in Bramford, so he eventually brought us back home. And then by 1 o'clock, we were at home already.
Hmm. Mission accomplished.
Everything accomplished. Mission accomplished. It was a very wonderful, it was a very wonderful experience. Not stressful.
Not
Very,
stressful,
not stressful.
especially if you have someone to drive you.
Exactly. So those strange documents were really successful.
Hmm.
I
It's really
heard that
surprising because I've heard some people's experience, and that's why I really wanted to speak to you. That I've seen someone who said when he went there, he was asked for medicals. Yeah, so
oh,
sometimes they are touchy
they did, they did,
medicals.
they did. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry, I forgot. We actually did. We went to the medicines actually. We went with
You
it.
went with
We
it.
went with
Okay,
it.
great.
Yes, yes. I actually forgot. Sorry. And then I think the lady made a mistake. She was saying the date that the medicines was done. The day the medicines was conducted. That was the date that she saw Oh no, no. The date it was requested for, I think after okay, the date it was done. They mistake it for the date of expiry or something. I think it
or
usually has.
something. Okay, she thought it had expired or something.
I know she thought it was close to expiry. So
Expiring.
she was telling us that, okay, I'm sorry, the work permit I'll be giving you guys, you have some restrictions. You won't be able to work in the healthcare, you won't be able to work.
Yeah, because
So
of the medical.
immediately I was like, ah, what's happening here? So meanwhile, I think I once heard about someone's story like that. So I
Mm,
put it into the thing and I was like, why should this be? And she was telling me, no, it's because the date is close to the validation. I said, no, 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 no. This was the date the medical was conducted, not the expiry.
exactly.
Yeah, so I now told her the date it was going to be expiring. So that was it. And so we have for it. I think
That's
even
right.
before medical, we will actually need to do medical before anything.
Yes, before, yes, you need to do medicals. And guys, you need to be bold. You see the way she acts. You know, some people, they'll just say, you can't work in healthcare, you just take it because you
In
don't
fact,
want any wahala. You need to
in
ask,
fact, in
why,
fact,
why?
my spouse already said this, and I said, oh, yes, to what? He's saying yes to you. You didn't hear what she's saying. She's saying
Yeah.
nothing until she apologized and again.
Yeah, so yes, because they are humans, they can make mistakes. So that's why I always tell people, even in the airport, when they give you study permit or anything, look at it, look at the conditions. If there's anything you don't understand or you don't agree, ask them, why are you restricting me from this? Or why is this? Yeah, they could have made an error. So always ask. So what about proof of funds? Did they ask about that?
No.
No.
But
Okay.
that was, we're also prepared for that
You were
because the
prepared, yeah.
us went to Rainbow Bridge and they requested for the proof of funds. So I was like,
Mhm.
we avoided the whole situation there, guys at the other because we heard that many people only go there and stay
Hmm.
there extremely early and sometimes even when you are there early, you might not get it done that day. And they tell you
Hmm.
second day. So we avoided Niagara and that was why we went to Kitty.
That's why you went to this bridge.
And
Okay. Okay. So, guys, so the thing that me I would advise, have everything. So your proof of funds as well. They
yeah,
might not ask,
they might
but
not have,
you
and
don't,
when they have,
yes. When they ask, you have it. You know, I like the situation where I don't show it, but now somebody now asks, I'm like, I have it. You feel cool with yourself that,
yeah,
bros, anything you're thinking of, I have. Oh.
anything,
So
anything.
you have to be thoroughly prepared. You can't drive all the way there, go through all that wahala,
Yeah,
and then they not ask for something you don't
that
have
will
it.
take
You
a
have to
while.
now repeat that process or you go and apply online. Yeah. So your spouse has gotten his work permit, fine.
Yeah,
And yeah, so and as the spouse of an international student, he can work full time. He can work anywhere. And I usually like that because then the student can relax a bit. The spouse is working, can support financially, support the
exactly.
family,
And as students, you
also
have
help with
restrictions.
taking care of the kids, exchange it. Because in Canada, you can't bring Monica. Like I always say, I don't know why I call Monica. You can't
To come and
Monica. I did not have any help call Monica. Oh. Monica's, I'm sorry, but you can't call me Monica or Beatrice. You have to actually, between you and your spouse, arrange. Do you understand? As I'm cooking, spouse is washing plates. Nobody cares. That's how we do it. Is I'm cooking, he's washing or whatever. Everybody has their chores. How old are your
mm-hmm.
children anyway?
3 and 5 years.
Oh, your children are small children. Ah,
Mm-hmm. So it's
they
only
are
the
not
5 years
even school
old.
age yet.
Eh,
Wow.
5 years is in school
Oh, the
now.
5 years is in school. Okay.
Yes, even though we applied for visitors visa, at the point of entry, that was at Montreal, we were
Mhm.
advised apply for visitors record. So they
Visitors
gave us
record
visitors record for both of them.
for both of them.
So
Yeah,
that
so that's another thing. I'm so glad you brought that up. So if your kids are here with visitor visa and you want them to go to school, you can request a visitor record. Yeah.
yeah,
So with a visitor record or a study permit, they can go to school for free
yeah.
until grade 12. That's SS3 in Nigeria, until they are ready for university or college. It's
Mm.
free education. You don't have to pay anything. Anything. The
Ah,
only
that's
thing you
so
need to pay
easy.
maybe is all those pizza day. They tell you to pay for pizza if you want, or or burritos, or if they want to go for certain excursions. Yeah. A lot of times the Parents Teachers Association pays for those things in my son's school anyway. They pay for all those movie nights and all those things. They will pay, yeah. But then those are the only things you need to pay. If you school supplies, all those things provided by the school, which is cool. Okay, guys. So we have talked about flag polling. It's a completely legal process. You heard TLC describing how they went to the US, and then the US, reviewed them, evaluated them, and turned them back to Canada. So you just get to the US, they refuse you entry. You turn back, you go to Canada, you tell them, I'm here to flagpole, show them all your documents, your work permit is issued same day. It's like the same day work
Yeah,
permit. Not if you went to apply online, you might have to wait for months. You know how our Canada visa officers are not in a hurry.
nothing.
They're never in a hurry. So the way to do it, if you wanted your work permit, is to do flag polling. You can also do flag polling for your post-graduation work permits, yeah? If you don't want to
Mm,
wait for the processing, you can just do the same process. You have your PGWP issued same day. People have different reasons for wanting the same day. I didn't want same day. But
oh,
also, I didn't want same day. I even wanted that delay. But some people want the same day for reasons best known to them. So if you want same day work permit for PGWP or spousal open work permit, flag polling is the way to go. It is legal, but just make sure you understand the requirements. You have someone to drive you there. It can be Peace Bridge, it can be Rainbow. Actually, I have it in Montreal as well. A couple of
yeah,
other places. Yeah, it's not just in Ontario. If you live somewhere where they don't have a border, you might have to go to either Quebec or Montreal or Ontario. Yeah, but it's a completely legal process. You can also apply for your spousal open work permit online. You don't need a job offer like the closed work permits and open work permits. So, Thursday, thank you very much. You've learned a lot. Your
thank
experience
you.
was better than some I've heard, actually. But yeah, see,
Thank
some
you.
people have terrible experiences, some people have great experiences. Yours was
Yeah,
great. Thank
sure.
you very much, guys. If you learned something from this video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. We provide useful information for those who want to live, work, and study in Canada. Valuable information. So if these are things, the kind of things you want to hear, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Don't forget, it's not over until you say it's over. I'll talk
Yeah.
to you in the next one.